All right, I'm going back to back. SilentHeroFilms.com, SilentHeroFilms.com. I saw Jamal Charlo fight tonight, and I will start by saying Jamal Charlo can throw every punch. It's beautiful. I mean, beautiful. To see him throw punches, it's beautiful to see him throw punches, man. I think he needs to move up to 168. I think WBC need to step in and just take the belt and make him the mandatory, because he's fighting Canelo in May. Like, that's just the reality of it. You know, the metrics will say Jamal Charlo will do better metrics than Jaime Munguia. You get what I'm saying? So I think that fight will happen next. What I will say is Jamal Charlo was out 29 months. He looked better than I anticipated. Like I told you guys, Jose Benavidez is a 2023. Respectfully, I don't want no slack for saying this, but I think it's a fair comparison. He is Adrian Granado's 2023 for PBC. Like, he won't win a fight. He'll be competitive. You know, he'll be durable. You know, he has name recognition. So, and but I think that's who he is. I didn't think he had any power at this weight. You know, Danny Garcia beat him, so I knew Jamal Charlo would have his way with him. As I told you guys, you know, and I don't want to be disrespectful to Adrian Granados nor Jose Benavidez, but I'm just giving you a parallel so you guys can understand it. And what I also saw with Jamal Charlo, I watched the press conference. I'm chilling, man. I got the Clippers were blowing everybody out. UCLA's losing the cow, and UCLA's losing the cow. That was it. And so I cut on the Jamal Charlo press conference, and I could see his wheels spinning in real time. Y'all better pray for them Charlo boys. Houston has a real problem. You know what I mean? And I don't know what it is, but I can see it. It is very apparent. I remember Mac Miller has a Tiny Desk performance, right? If you guys haven't seen it, it's a hell of a performance, right? Mac Miller, the rapper. And he OD'd 3 weeks after that performance, right? And when I went back and watched the performance, I didn't know when I watched the performance, but when I went back and knew the time span between his OD and the Tiny Desk performance, you could see the pain in Mac Miller's eyes. You could see his wheels spinning with thoughts and his inability to verbalize it. And I saw that in Mac Miller. I also saw that in Jamal Charlo's press conference today. And I think he needs boxing. I think boxing levels off his life. You know, I think both Charlos have extreme lives. They're very high, they're very low, peaks and valleys. Emotional stability, I don't think they've ever had. I see him fighting. I can tell that he's... and all this is assuming. All this is just hypotheses, all right? This is just educated guess, me staying in the middle of the piece of paper and using my common sense. I can tell that he's talking to somebody, whether it's a psychologist, whether it's a life coach or a big brother or an uncle or father, I don't know. Because his tone, he's fighting his tone. You can see it. He aspires to be positive, and he's struggling with that in the interview. So I wish him well. If I'm a betting man, I say it doesn't end well, you know, in terms of finances, in terms of a breakdown. And the reason why I say that is because I don't want it to end that way. You know what I'm saying? I really, really don't. George Foreman turned it around and became America's champ. They're from the same city. maybe Jamal Charlo can turn it around and be America's champ. I don't know. But we'll sit back and see. On a certain degree, De La Hoya did it, with Chavez, and he wasn't a real Mexican, and then he ended up being America's darling, right? I mean, Mexican Americans' darling, or Native Mexican darling. You get what I'm saying? So there are examples where people literally turn it around, So good luck to Jamal Charlo. You're going to need it. I say that respectfully. Only thing I would tell Jamal Charlo is put family before everything. Think family in your decision making, and when you put family in you're still a man. You're gonna make mistakes. You're not perfect. I don't want to come off that way, but when you put family in every decision you make, it makes it joyous. And it's a defense mechanism to you jumping off the cliff and just being a real N-word sometimes, you know what I mean? And as I'm 46, as I'm getting older and honest with my mortality, I put family in my thoughts, right? A small percentage of the time, I don't make the right decision. But the far majority of the time I do. And I think Jamal Charlo, I know it's easy to say God. It's easy to say trust God. No. Really, really, your 4 or 5 beautiful kids and your wife. Make sure every decision you make is for the betterment of everyone that is in your house. It'll keep you calm. You ain't got to worry about getting a new chain. You ain't got to worry about getting a new car, getting a bigger house, comparing and contrasting. I don't really I've never compared and contrasted. I brag about what I've succeeded because I have an ego, right? But I've never cared about if you've gotten more or less. I don't care about you, but I am a man, and I'm not perfect. But at the end of the day, Jamal Charlo, I wish you well. I'm not a licensed clinician, so all this is just common sense. And you can throw every punch, and you need to be fighting real soon. That's all I'm saying. You need to be fighting again real soon. I wish you well. Good luck. This 4 heater is burning right now. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Good luck, Jamal, moving forward, man. Good luck. Good luck to both Charlo brothers, man. Y'all, I believe y'all gonna need it. And I wish y'all well. Peace.